animal handling check? Not very. Say this as Cad gets his third double at one.
I mean, the only rolls I've had good, you've tried to invalidate tonight, so.
I did not invalidate your history check. Joked about it. I apologize. Okay. So no, the animals are behaving as you go about. They're well rested and they appreciate the full night of rest that they got last night instead of having to push themselves harder
Okay.
to get there.
YouTube stream is up. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Eventually, you will approach the Feathergills. You see the grove that the druids used to use or had used during the incident as their base of operation, and you can tell that it's still hollowed, it's still revered, but you do not see any tales of like a permanent grove being established there with the circle of as you approach the Feathergale Spire, you see guards kind of they notice you kind of notice them back, and as they're mulling about, as you get closer, they start calling you out by name, welcoming you back to the spire.
Chat, let me be right back real quick.
One of them you'll recognize as Gimpy.
Hell yeah, Gimpy, my man.
No. They welcome you, and so they were kind of concerned. He mentions that there was some concern that you didn't arrive last night. Said you were, but people were saying it's like, well, they most likely just that something must have stopped them up, and they probably stopped and run. They weren't too. During the conversation, like as Gimpy was helping y'all settle or put away your cards and counting everybody, there was a group of the Feathergales who kind of got a head count and went off to the back into the tower, and eventually you'll see oh god, I can't remember his name yet. The commandant.
Captain Pompadour?
Yes, Captain Pompadour. He actually had a name.
Base Dandy.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to get some eggnog. It's good stuff.
Anyways.
And thank you for the gift, Steve.
You're welcome.
My friends, welcome back. It has been far too long since we've graced each other with my presence.
Ah. with his, yes.
Yes. He is still rather fun.
Yeah, I can tell.
Come in. You seem to have quite a few more friends present today. So what can we owe this pleasure?
I guess we just tell him about everything that's been going on.
So as you all sorry, the name is going to bug me until I find it.
I'll know it the second you say it, but yeah, I can't remember it either.
Heracles. Percival. Henry Wink.
I mean, I hope
Okay.
not.
So he will take you back to the to his office. He'll he'll ask, it's like, how do you explain your sub interns to him?
Remember Gimpy?
Oh yes, Gerald.
Yeah, we started a rehabilitation program for troubled youth.
Ah, a most honorable profession indeed. When did you decide to start?
Last night.
You
Okay,
can see
there we
like the
go.
expression on his face go from like pride to confusion, and just it's like he goes from pride to confusion after a moment to straight into acceptance. It's like starts nodding his, like you can kind of hear, is like, yep, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I miss while I was DC'd?
Oh. We told the Feathergale captain that we started a rehabilitation program for troubled youth.
So do you go through the full explanation of who these actually are, or
No.
No.
The less he knows, the better.
They are under our tutelage.
We're going for maximum confusion here.
Okay.
There's monopoly money in their pockets.
All right. So you go on to explain what you decide to tell him. You're not telling him that these are the remnants of the bandits that were in town or in the area. Bandits that they themselves are still looking for. And he gets to the point. It's like, so what brings you back to the valley? You said you were looking for. What did you actually put in that letter? I do remember you telling him that y'all were coming into the area, but I don't know exactly what you told him why. Right?
I think we did tell him about the rose diamond. At least I'm like 90% sure we did.
I don't
Okay.
remember if we did or didn't.
Because I know the entire point was for us to basically reuse Feathergale as a forward operating base while we have the dwarves mine in the area for the diamond.
Okay.
Oh god, enter my SMS code.
No. Not the SMS. Okay. So all right. So death in me. So he does go on and kind of gives you the lowdown of what has changed since
Tuesday.
well, yes, Tuesday.
The last day we were here.
That last Tuesday you were here.
Yes. I asked him if they've added a taco bar.
Yes, after your description of what these tacos were, and after partnering with some of the local farmers and farmers and ranchers, we have added tacos to our regular rotation of meals, and we are having them tonight. It is a festival, a regular small festival that we have referred to as Taco.
I see. Excellent.
It just seems rather fitting given the nature of the food and how everyone seems to enjoy them. And since you did leave on a Tuesday, it only felt fitting.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that there's lore to Taco Tuesday.
Well, why shouldn't there be? The most glorious holiday.
It is.
Okay. So he goes to explain kind of what has happened since y'all did leave the valley. And ever since you did leave, the overall mood of the valley has greatly improved. A lot of the incidents around the valley have stopped. People haven't been getting kidnapped. The farmers are reporting better crops. There's fewer monsters in the area. Ranchers are doing better. Farmers are doing better. Trade through to and from the valley is improving. Overall, like, the general agreement is whatever the elemental prophets were doing can be attributed to the issues that they were having. So the poor weather, the poor crops. And this kind of leads back to what you kind of recall as well with them. So he does bring up that y'all did mention you were looking for a uncommon gemstone.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, sorry. Before I go to that, he does mention that Golden Fields is preparing for its harvest fest. It's been, I want to say, about 6 months at least.
Are they
Since
famous
y'all
for
left?
tacos?
No, they are not.
Well,
What are they famous for?
yeah.
Golden Fields is actually most known for their wheat and their honey, and as a result, beer and mead.
I
Do they
elbowed
make?
Falra, more drinking friend.
I say, I think they make Honey Nut Cheerios.
Looks at Cheerio.
Golden Fields is far to the south near the. Basically, it's closer to Amphale than to Red Larch, down the river.
Uh-huh.
It is almost outside of.
So you're saying it's by the river?
Yes. So I gonna drag us back to overall map.
Okay.
And
Alright, so where are we at here now? Ah, there it is.
way down there. So then he starts talking about the rose diamond that you are looking for. And as he as he is a noble, he's not particularly well versed in, like, gems and their value, etc. But he had heard them be referred to as before. Like, it's one of those things, like, yeah, so, like, oh my god, the Countess Becky got a new rose diamond, and she will not stop talking about it.
God.
Like, the type of language that prissy noble women talk about when throwing shade at other nobles.
So you're saying that in the Deserin Valley that they have Valley Girl accents?
No, he's technically from Waterdeep. There's a section in Waterdeep that has Valley Girl.
I hate
You
you,
haven't
Steve.
been there yet.
Well, I know where we're going next.
Do you have a Valley Girl accent?
Like, oh my god, of course.
Let's go shopping.
I'm from the deepest of valleys.
I'm so sorry.
I'll show you a deep valley.
I asked for this.
You did.
You made this
Like,
possible.
oh my
Yeah.
God, Becky! What? Can you believe it?
So he understands the value of a rose diamond, even though he is not familiar with it, right?
Yep.
But he also knows he kind of understands the rarity of it. Like, well, I haven't heard anything. He hasn't heard anything himself. Finding one or finding a vein would be noteworthy to hear within the entire valley. But he will mention that there is a new mining company that has come into the valley recently.
Competition.
Probably about 3 months ago they moved in, and it is the Twin Bolt Mining Company.
Oh, what do they mine?
They primarily mine stone.
Yeah.
So they primarily mine stone for just general building, like
Okay.
an ordinary stone for towers, buildings, etc.
Yep.
And they also mine decorative stone for more
Ornate pieces.
like basically like granite for either ornamental pieces or other things. And they have set up their mine in the Forlorn Hills outside of Womford, which is similar.
So they're competing by selling building stone.
It's not. What do you mean competing?
Well, that's you called them a competitor.
I called them a competitor.
I feel like Bob did, but
No, it was me. It was 100% me.
yeah, but I feel like Bob said like there's been a competitor that's moved in lately or something.
A new mining company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, competitor, competition, company, same thing.
Don't worry, we'll solid snake them later.
Okay. The other thing that he does tell you that the druids have, after the elemental incident, the druids have for the most part gone back to their original lands. There does remain a druid in the forest. He has kind of accepted the forest as his new home, and he kind of has taken over the aspects of here. Meanwhile, let's see what else come up.
Did we even bother finding out what circle those druids belong to?
They were a multitude of.
Okay, so it wasn't just one of vanilla.
Yeah. So the circle that invited them all here was the Circle of the Scarlet Moon, and they were the ones inviting people. They were the ones putting on the fire festival, so to speak, basically Woodstock.
Yeah. And then we ended that parade.
Well, yeah. Well, they were going to sacrifice all the.
That wasn't why we did it.
Oh, I thought y'all were heroes, and you did it because he was a pretentious person.
Only by accident.
Yep. Sure.
There we go.
Yeah.
Heroes by chance.
So, there is a druid still in the area. He was kind of monitoring and making sure that everything is truly as it should be on the nature side of things. But he kind of goes through the list of everything that was. So he's been in Waterdeep or not Waterdeep, the Valley for about 2 years now, and things started going bad about a year and a half ago, and things are now back to, they are better than they were when he originally arrived. So like things were, I want to say, like, if I can draw this as like a chart. So like if this is normal. When he arrived, it was like this, started going bad, really bad, and then we're here now, right? This is the apex of the events. And so, like, if we look at this, it's better than it used to be.
I'm sorry, wait, what's that?
This is the overall quality of the valley.
Oh, okay.
This
so
is
we
right.
improved life.
Right.
Yes.
See, we're the heroes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Regardless of the reasons for why we did what we did.
Yep. So
we did good things.
Yeah, no,
everything we do is good.
Everything.
Well.
What?
So, like I said, so I'm gonna put a marker. Oh God.
Oh yes. Move Lechon.
Fool, you have freed me.
Yeah, you heard him.
So that circle is where the Twin Bolt Mining Company is, and like I said, they are mostly selling building material and decorative stone out of their base that's there. The other thing that he does tell you about is, like I said, they have the festival in the Golden Fields.
Yeah.
And there are archaeologists coming to the area to investigate that temple complex underneath the valley. Just because you all couldn't hide the existence of that. Y'all just hid the existence of that secret room with the dwarven relics that you are currently still negotiating value of. So, and he does invite y'all. It's like y'all are welcome to. We are more than happy to aid y'all in any way we can while you're in the area. You can use the Feathergale Spire as your base of operations. However you seek to. How can we help you with your mission?
I'll be real, I didn't think we'd get this far.
What's our official mission, by the way?
You are looking for
Rose Diamond.
You're looking for a Rose Diamond.
Okay.
You're looking for people who would technically be looking for a Rose Diamond, because the assumption is by the Wizard Circle that if the
So doesn't it make sense to start at the mines?
that was one conclusion.
Yeah. I, for one, think hostile takeover.
So the information you had is that the last Rose Diamond of value that was found was from the...
Can we back up a little bit? Why do we need a Rose Diamond again? I'm sorry.
So you remember that the Wizards...
to be fancy.
The Wizard's Tower was attacked.
Yes? Okay. Yeah.
By a dragon and betrayed by a wizard from within the tower.
Okay. Yep. I understood all that.
They stole an artifact called the Rosebridge stones.
Ah, okay. So it's one of them is a diamond.
No. So the Rosebridge stone makes a permanent portal between two locations, or as long as it is in place. However, to activate it, and each time you activate it, it consumes a diamond, like specifically a rose diamond. The wizards don't use it because it's too expensive to get a rose diamond every time they want to use it.
Oh, okay.
And they can make portals on their own without using this. This is
why didn't you
to
just
them.
say this from the beginning? Okay, so then like
I
we're
did.
currently wait, we're at the Feathergale Spire. We're not in Red Larch
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so clearly we need to start asking around each of these locations.
Yeah.
And like it starts with the captain.
Go directly to the top.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking to the captain right now.
Right. Do you want a stone?
I will caveat this is the main reason why this they're worried about the artifact that they want you to recover is because it allows anyone who can find that to make the portal.
Okay.
Whereas a strong enough wizard can perform the ritual at two locations and create a portal normal. The fact that anyone can do it is terrifying to them.
I mean, like I'd be more afraid of the wizards, but you know, rather than like Ted who found it.
Well, so their wizard, the people who are there and the wizards that are there.
Ted's just going to teleport into the women's bathroom. The wizards, on the other hand, are going to commit like terrorism.
Right.
Magical terrorism.
Cast testicular torsion.
Right.
Pop out.
I hope.
Yep.
It always comes after that for you.
Give us a twist, love.
It's also banned, and you know why.
Why?
So you want to find. So you do not know where the last rose diamond was mined, and there are other mining companies in the area, right?
Sure.
Not to mention the archaeologists themselves. Like one of the areas that is underground was basically a mine. Secondly, I do remember Lachon wants to drop off his mushrooms with Bone Daddy, which are at the monastery.
Okay.
And he does mention that the Summit Hall, if you can see that on the map.
Yeah.
Yep.
Summit Hall is kind of like the capital of the Deserin Valley almost.
God, it's like we're hitting all the same places we've been to before.
No, y'all never went to Summit Hall.
Okay.
Y'all went to Red Larch, Westbridge, and Belliard, and the Sumber Hills.
So where was that rival mine?
Forlorn.
Okay.
The Four Lords mine.
What we are discussing right now is
Yeah.
Oh god, it's a hand grabbing a fucking
piece of lettuce. Yes.
yes.
I love how quickly you answered that, Bob, just so you didn't have anything else come out of there.
I was gonna say a fucking.
It looks like two
smashed
sock
cookie.
puppets making out.
Now it's one sock puppet.
But it's
Trying
crying in a fit of rage at the
trying to
loss
eat
of its
Lachon.
lover.
I've been chosen.
In fact, it looks like a very angry Godzilla.
The hell
Oh,
is that, Steve?
As it shouts into the sky angrily.
Your Spotify for wizards in the background.
So
So at this point,
has he
if
heard of
he's-
anyone that's looking to buy?
um,
Like, does he have a lead, or are we like left to our own devices to go wherever we may please?
let's see, high or low, and it's not gonna be straight. It's not gonna be straight high or low, but it's going to be. It's gonna be. I
roll a
20%.
69.
I need 20%. So pick a range that you're going to count as good, and keep in mind 69 is always a nice result.
So what? Like, do I have? So you're gonna roll, but we got to pick the range.
Yeah, is that going to be a high range or a low range? So like 1 through 20 is good, or 81 through 100 is good.
Let's go like 20 through 40.
20 through 40.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess
let's
it'd
see
be
what
21
it goes.
through 40. I don't know.
39. He has not heard about diamond mining in general.
Damn, I had a 1 in 5 chance of calling that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he hasn't heard of anything.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that.
And so his
this
only
is-
lead is technically that rival. I'm sorry.
New.
New mining company.
Dad's already
he-
going into this full aggro.
Listen.
He does say that if you want to find out where the diamond mine was,
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
the
Yeah, does he know of like
priests-
any mines?
Well, there are several mines. There's the one in the Summer Hills, which you found underneath in the fire what amounts to the fire temple, right? That is
Yeah.
functionally a mine.
Okay.
There is one over here between Belliard and Summit Hill. There's the new one in the Forlorn Hills.
Okay.
And then there's
One up in Deserin.
actually way up here in the Deserin Hills near Yartar.
Yeah.
He does say that the scribes at Summit Hall would probably have the records that you're looking.
Now, Bob, my question for you is the mines that are in the Summer Hills, what do they have?
Yeah, does he know like what type of mine each was?
He does not, because he's not a rock.
Tell him that he better tell us or he's going to become one with the rock.
He does not know. He rolled for this already.
Okay. Well, no. The roll was for like, has he heard of anyone asking about it?
We just want to know what minerals are natural occurring.
I mean,
Yeah.
all of them provide building material to some variety, right? But he doesn't know their specialty.
All right. Well, I suggest then at this point, since the Feather Girls are so fucking useless, that we go to like Red Larch or something and ask around.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, what are you gonna do with your entourage of sub-interns? Put them here, put them in certain in as
You're all garbly
Is
all
that
of a
me?
sudden.
Okay, I was gonna say, was that
Yeah.
me?
oh,
Jesus.
sorry. Your entourage of sub-interns.
Yes.
Are you going to put them to work here for the time being?
No. No.
You're going to take them with you.
Yes. Yes. In fact, can we talk to Gimpy before we leave?
Sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
miss Gimpy.
Also, welcome back, Zephyr.
Yeah.
After finishing up with
You're garbly again.
He's trying to go out of range of us.
Trying to do his laundry without us noticing.
no, I already-
Didn't you start that this morning? For like 8 hours. How much laundry do you have?
He's a dirty boy.
I was getting milk and cookies. Damn it.
Nice.
I'm gonna yell ho
Ah,
ho ho to all of us as we're
He's a
playing.
jolly boy.
No, they're
Type
Oreos,
of
not chocolate
cookies.
chip.
Okay.
I still fuck with some Oreos.
So you do find after you finish up with the commandant, you do find Gimpy.
Okay.
I
We
dapped
wave to Gimpy
Gimpy up.
Okay.
and
He
smile.
acknowledges you.
Has Gimpy increased in rank since we've been gone?
Not significant.
Has he leveled up?
Is Gimpy more than a sovereign citizen now?
Yes, Gimpy is now level 15.
Has he achieved personhood status?
Yeah, he's a person ever since you
Sure, yeah, yeah.
ever since you gave him to the Feather Guild.
You saying
So-
you'd be less of a person if we didn't?
So we just I guess we go up to Gimpy then and we introduce him to our new employees.
They had
And
been
then-
talking and kind of shared.
Yeah. Stories.
Yes.
Uh-huh. We ask Gimpy how he's doing here. And if
He is very happy.
he's very happy. Okay.
Good.
Feather Guild treat him very well.
So we ask Gimpy if he would be interested in a managerial position.
He doesn't feel like he has to qualify.
I was about to say, come on now. We have the fucking floorman.
So you know,
Yes, George.
we understand that, but tell him that, like, again, we have a crash course in, like, you know, leadership and management, and we could definitely run him through it.
He is rather happy with his new life here with the Feather Guild. They actually call him by his real name.
I implore him to reconsider.
That's damn. That's one hell of an argument that LeChon makes.
God, you want to take Gimpy away from his happy life?
As he goes on about how happy he is, I firmly grab both of his arms and tell him, I implore you to reconsider.
How are you imploring him?
No, that's just it. That's my implore.
He's got, like, that sparkle in his eye as he says it.
And he's got
It's-
the little fang out, the anime fang out too, you know?
Yeah, it's the smug LeChon face.
Eh.
God damn.
The question is, can Gimpy resist those charms? Exactly. Well, now that just looks worse. That looks like he has something like gangrenous growing out of his mouth. He's been out in the cold a little too long. Got that frostbite. So does Gimpy reconsider, or is he
Y'all are terrible people.
he does reconsider? I see.
George does raise some concerns because
Who's George?
of new promised.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Wow.
Was he there this whole time?
Yes.
Yes.
The life of a
One's the
support
morning
character.
shift manager and the other one's the afternoon shift.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to treat this like a real job.
We don't want our
Not for the
managers to work
employees.
harder than our workers. We got to give them like there has to be two of them so they can
I was
alternate.
about Yeah, I was about to say, because we don't want George to be overburdened.
Yeah.
Okay. So he does reconsider,
Okay.
and he says once you have the
Not to mention he can learn from George.
once you have the mine running or the location of the let Summer.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly fine.
You know what? I respect him for being so professional with it.
Yep.
The Feather Girls and by the extension of Feather Girls gave him the new opportunity of life.
Yeah.
Doesn't really want to feel ungrateful.
Yeah. I understand. So I slap Gimpy on the back and I tell him it's great to have you aboard.
All right. So what I hear is you want to go ask around Red Lark.
Sure. Yeah.
Where are you going to go to first?
To like in Red Larch or like?
Well, no, just like
are we gonna go to Red Larch first?
Are you going to go to Red Larch first? Or are you going to go somewhere else?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we go to Red Larch first.
I think Leverage Larch is a good idea.
We should probably go to Red Larch.
In case you didn't hear it, I think we should go to Red Larch.
I mean, I don't know if there's like
Yeah.
a blue larch, but
Nope.
Maybe we go look.
Well,
for
red is clearly the better color.
There's
Sound
Red
more
Larch and there's
better.
Dead Larch.
well, let's not go to Dead Larch.
Awful place.
Yeah.
This is
Okay, so we trot on down to Red Larch.
Oh, pardon me.
Unless something happens on the way.
a rather uneventful drive.
Thank God. It was such a short trip on the world map that we didn't incur a random encounter.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think this is? Final Fantasy X?
I'm doing the
Battle
walk
music
pace,
starts.
pace stance, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in Red Larch. I assume we go back to the like tavern. And we're like, "Hey, remember us?"
I'm looking for some dwarves. Do you know where I could find some dwarves?
Exactly.
He points to a group over in the over in the corner of the room. Those dwarves? There's like five
Do they
dwarves over
look
there.
like miners?
An ER or
Yes,
OR?
with an ER.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
At least it's not me this time.
It's okay, I'm very insightful.
I don't think you are.
Are you?
Okay, yes.
Yes, you can't really tell. They are far too clean to be people that just left a mine. There's also not a mine nearby. So, and you don't see any of their tools.
Okay, so I walk up to them and I say, "How do you do, my fellow underdwellers?"
They look at you.
I sit down at the table right next to him.
Got a lot of pride there, yeah. Or sorry, not pride. God damn, I can't remember. Got a lot of fire in you, you little a crazy knife here. I
Oh.
like you. Get him one. Get her one too.
Okay, yeah. I grab the lager and take a big old swig. And I say, "What brings you to Red Larch?"
We're heading to Golden Fields for the festival.
Oh,
to
yeah?
get we need to get plenty of that good wheat to supplement our hops. Their
Oh,
stuff is too.
you're a brewer.
Yes, their stuff is too. The Golden Field Special is too light for our taste. But if they don't have the best wheat in all of Faerun, I don't know who does.
I said, do you make the trip often?
Once every growing season.
So wait, just for my meta knowledge here, where was the festival being held again?
To the
Down here in the
south.
Golden.
So they're coming from like up north then.
Yes.
Okay. So I asked him, where are y'all from? North of Westbridge?
North.
Yeah,
Hold
okay.
on, let me find that.
Just
He's trying to find names.
Yep, names are terrible.
I asked a question that was difficult.
Especially since I don't know why you came to Westbridge. Red Larch. Let's see. They
Sure.
come from Mirabar.
Okay. That like really far north? Like would I know where that is? Is that a well heard of place? Or are they like some backwoods like
Go ahead and give me a just give me a straight D20.
well, okay.
Let's
Okay,
go.
yeah. Mirabar is
Wow.
to the far north along the spine of the world north of Neverwinter.
Oh. Wow, you've come a long way then.
Aye, but it's worth it.
Must be some darn good good wheat.
Like I said, best in Faerun.
I asked him, has he heard about the new mine over in the Forlorn Hills?
There's a new mine?
Yeah.
Well,
Mine
doesn't surprise
company.
me. Doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of rich veins of stuff here. Even if they can't find the even if they can't find the truly good stuff, there's plenty of material.
I asked him, I was like, oh, you have any family from around here?
No.
I go, oh, because I could use a dwarf's talents. We're looking for a pink diamond.
Rose.
Diamond.
Rose diamond. What's the difference? Pink rose.
It's the rose diamond.
Yes.
Rose diamonds, you say? I know some craftsmen back in town, back up north, who would kill for one of those. Truly memorable pieces. But I haven't heard of anyone We haven't heard of anyone finding a new ones for over a decade at least.
Well, I tell him, I was like, oh yeah, it's a really competitive market. I've heard there's a ton of people around here asking about them.
You know more than I do, then.
I go, oh, you haven't heard?
Heard what? As your comment peaks.
I go, oh, no, forget about it.
You just hit the leave conversation button.
Quick save, quick load.
And I tell him, you gentlemen have a great drink and a safe journey, and then I get up and I head back to the bar.
Did you learn anything, Thalra?
Nope. They're
Those weren't the
brewers.
dwarves those weren't the dwarves you were looking for.
They were not the dwarves we were looking for. He also said he didn't know anyone else around here, so.
Alright, well.
We can ask the barkeep if he's heard. I'll let Lachon take this one.
I'll saddle up to the barkeep and ask if he's heard about last known location of where people found the pink diamond or rose diamond. Goddamn, now I'm doing it.
See?
Names are important.
The whitish red diamond.
The red with some slight white off-coloring diamond.
Ah. Let's see. Does this guy know? The
I
general.
implore him to reconsider that role.
So, like I said originally, the rose diamond is rare. There hasn't been one found in several years. So people who knowledge of them is not going to be common.
Well, tell him, because we heard that somebody in town is selling.
I mean,
I don't think he believes that.
Listen, man with good speech skills, you tell him that.
I well,
Go for it. Trust me. I have a
I'm trying
plan.
to think. Would that be deception or persuasion?
are you trying to spread a rumor?
Yes.
Deception, then.
I see the DM has figured out my tactic here.
It helps to inform the DM of your intent here. So if you want to spread a rumor, yes, it would be deception.
Yes.
I'm not as good as.
No, it looks pretty
not
good.
Good enough.
He
And I
is
guess
surprised.
I was.
So he is rather surprised that someone is, and he fully believes that to be the case.
Yep. And
So
we tell him that if he hears anything, to let us know, because we're looking to buy.
okay, he'll keep. How do you?
That's
And
like
then
announcing
I
you have a ton
slip
of
him.
money, I want you to know.
I was gonna say I slip him like some coinage, right?
Okay. What was that, Czar?
I was just saying that's like announcing that you have a lot of money.
Oh no, that's probably Cad's plan.
Yeah.
You have like random ass bandits that have nothing to do with this stone.
Yep. Let's ask him about the mine, the Forlorn Hills mine. Ask him if there's been any traffic from that place coming through Red Larch.
Yeah, he will tell you that. According to what, like, they started several months ago, the large caravan came through.
Yep.
Right. And the people that were part of that group, were just telling you, like, yeah, we got like they came in. They were bringing their material down,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of just shared that. Yeah, we got our their business partners acquired a mine that had been previously abandoned. So they were going to go. They were told we need these supplies. We need these about this many people, and just to. And they were basically going to get it set up at that time. So it was an existing mine; it had been abandoned for whatever reason. And according to them, the prospecting came back positive for them to reset up a mine there.
Yeah.
Um, there were a good number of people that were part of the company, and
What
we
was
were all
the
looking for.
well, go ahead.
Oh, you go first.
What was
I'm just giving flavor text at this point.
yeah, what was the caravan carrying?
Oh,
Did they say?
well, they could see it for the most part. Like it was a lot of several of them were just pallets of wood, right? Like so
Yeah.
they would need stuff to support the new mines, mining equipment.
Oh, okay.
Shovels.
So it was a caravan of people going to the mine, not coming
Yes.
from the mine. So I'm
Right, 'cause
asking,
this
were
is-
there any shipments that have come from the mine?
Oh yeah, like they'll say yeah. Occasionally a shipment comes out from there heading either to Red Larch or Neverwinter. Um, the granite is um oh, like
How big of a shipment? Like did they have,
oh,
a
like
huge caravan of people or
whenever they send material out.
yeah.
No, it's usually just one or two wagons.
And as far as he knows, it's just building materials like stone and stuff that they're shipping.
Yeah, like they've seen samples of it. The stone is he's not a prospector himself, but it seems
Yeah.
good material. But the granite that they pull out is he's not a huge fan of it for.
So I asked him, did they stop in the tavern here?
Oh yeah, when they were coming through,
I said,
one of the
oh,
merchants stopped.
must have been a big day for you.
No more than usual.
Oh, so they were, you know, not that many people in the caravan.
Oh, when they originally, you're talking about two different events.
I'm talking about like every single time they send a shipment.
Okay, every time they send a shipment through, no, it's like one caravan, or whenever they sell material, it's like one or two wagons with one or two people each, so like two to four.
Yeah. Okay.
And this usually, like from the last night you were here, a slow night for them is like 30 to 40.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So I just again remind them like, hey, see if you can find out anything for us on the diamond, and then we're good. I guess we get our rooms for the night.
So probably.
We get our rooms for the night.
Okay.
I mean, did anyone else got anything they need to handle around Red Larch?
Not here, no.
Any housekeeping you guys need to do?
Negative.
Pretty good. So if we're going to retire early, then probably just have Lachan write her letters to her parents as she normally does.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
So you're just gonna go to sleep for the night.
Well, I say we take turns.
I booby trap my door and window.
Okay.
By using a thing of rope around the doorknob, which I hang a gigantic bucket above the doorway. So when they open it, the bucket drops down. And then
What's the
in the
bucket full
window,
of?
What are you, 6?
no, because it's supposed to make a lot of noise. Come on now. The bucket is full of
Mm.
rocks.
Okay, go
We're
ahead and
in a
give me a
mining town.
tinker. Are you proficient with tinkering?
No.
I think just that's straight.
I was gonna say, is this like considered trap making or something? Might be covered under
It is.
survival.
I mean, it could be covered under survival because I do have
Yeah, that's a
survival
good,
instincts. I did live out in the wilderness due to my background, so making these like traps should come easier to me.
So it's gonna be an intelligence plus. So if you're proficient with survival, which take your
Yep.
9 plus your intelligence modifier plus your that will be the
You said. All right. So slash
9 plus 0 plus your proficiency bonus.
no, his intelligence is 0.
and my
You're
intelligence.
right, it
is
might be
negative,
-1.
It is. So 8 plus 4, 12 plus my survival roll, right?
Oh no, it's just your no, it's like it's using your survival. If you are proficient with survival, you add your proficiency
Yeah.
Did I just roll survival then?
because survival I think is wisdom, and I'm telling you to use. And you already rolled a d20.
Okay, so 9 plus 8 or -1 plus 4 is 12.
Plus PB already 4.
I don't know.
Level 10.
We are?
So
Are
y'all
we in the
have
same room?
12. Y'all have 12 beds or 12 people. Are you gonna do 2 and the sub interns, or
The sub interns
How?
all share a room.
have to share? But
Yeah, one room.
They all just have to stand in places.
Oh, they get to like sleep on the floor, right? Like, come on, they got sleeping
is-
bags.
there is not enough room for 8 grown people to sleep in one
It's
room.
like a
of the same-
sleepover.
Come on, Bob. They're dwarves. They take up half the space.
He's right.
So it's like 4 grown people.
Okay, what's your passive insight?
Okay, hurry up.
For who?
18.
11.
15.
Laura, you see nothing wrong with Lachon, you can see that there's visual confusion, very encouragement. Have them all share one room. 18, you can tell that your sub interns are not very enthusiastic about this.
We assure them it's for their
Who cares?
safety.
It's for their safety. Like,
Yeah.
who cares if they like it?
We tell them to lock the room and that the secret passphrase is pineapple.
Like, sorry, it's not going to be comfortable, but like, it's for protection.
Yeah. And that if they hear a commotion, to come out weapons drawn.
Pretty much.
I reassure them that everything will be okay, though.
So y'all enjoy dinner, right?
Yeah.
Very much.
Over dinner, you can start hearing rumors about a red dime.
Yeah.
Um,
I exacerbate those rumors.
go ahead and give me a performance.
Oh. Uh. Huzzah.
Oh.
People
I'll,
like as you try to you the people
can
you
I
kind of
join in
exact
on that?
you can too, but it's gonna be too.
Sure.
Basically,
Yeah.
the people that Thalra tries to hype
Oh,
up
no.
about the red diamond. Okay,
Never
so
mind.
both of
Make
your
it one
cases-
event.
Never mind.
Wait, no way.
Just we're clearly drunk.
Yes.
We're talking way too much.
Nobody takes y'all seriously about y'all talking about the red diamond or the rose diamond.
Yeah.
However, the rumor does spread throughout the end. Their normal performance happens, and the night goes on, and then it comes to time to sleep. So,
Yep.
I guess y'all want to do it in shifts.
I'd like to
The chart-
state that I was definitely flapping my gums about how I'm a rich noble.
I'm not sleeping in that room.
All right, so Sylvaris and Rax are sharing one.
I'll share with Thalro.
I would have given him guidance for his bucket then.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Add one for your bucket trap.
before going upstairs, I asked the tavern master for a couple extra pillows.
PC 13. Yep.
Are you expecting the Nazgul to come in and stab your pillows?
You kind of. You're on the right track.
Oh, you're not even giving up to the to your sub intern.
No, God, they can ask for that themselves. This isn't for them. Yeah, so I'm gonna stuff the sheets
All right,
with the
so-
pillow to make it look like I'm in there, and I'm gonna
So
go
watch-
sit in the corner of the room behind the door,
Right, so
trancing.
watch or you all are going to be on guard the entire night and take turns on watch, right? What's your order? Who's going to stay up when?
I think. Lachon, you want first watch?
I'll take first watch.
I can. Are we gonna do like duos, or are we just gonna do like one person at a time?
I
One person at a time.
yeah, I was gonna say. I was just gonna split with Lachon if that made any sense.
And we're looking at 8 hours. Okay, well, let's do it.
Yep.
All right. An accident. That finger key. It's while typing.
Hello, Ern. Hello,
Okay.
Cece.
So,
The DM is typing.
sorry, I'm trying. All right, so Lachon is first. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm good at those.
Yes, you are. the entire night are just distracted by Thalra and her trancing. Even though you know she's not looking at you, wherever you get into position, it seems like she's staring directly at you. Like, you know she's not doing it on purpose.
Like one of those pictures that follows you as you walk around it.
Yes.
Okay, but
I throw a sheet over Thalra.
But still, you feel my gaze.
Other than that,
I do
your shift
intensely.
goes on without much of an incident. Who's next?
God, I hope somebody encounters
I
the
can take right
goose.
after.
Okay, go ahead and give me your
Perception. No, 22.
22.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm
Right.
perceptive.
While you're listening, you kind of hear people in the hallway. Not so much like going to your room, but like there are people moving. Occasionally, there will be one person who moves out the hallway. And they're probably, you can kind of guess that they're probably just going to the back.
Oh, so it's not like Consuela's cousin.
Right.
Yeah,
Housekeeping.
that's right.
Is
You
it
listen to
like at
housekeeping
like?
during the day.
Are they at like regular intervals or just in general people are just walking?
Not so much regular intervals. It's just the occasional. You're talking about
Sporadic.
throughout a 2-hour time frame. The main thing you hear is you hear someone outside, but like you hear one going past, and then a little while later it will be going the other way.
Okay.
15, 30 minutes later, you hear another person go and come back.
Then
But
you
other
hear
than that,
somebody sprinting as they have diarrhea.
One of the
Do I?
interns.
Do I?
all right, who's number 3?
I'll take
No,
it.
you didn't hear. Actually, let's see. Let's see.
Hi.
Higher or low? You hear someone sprinting, and you can only assume it's because they're having stomach issues.
Oh, it's the lamb soup.
They do not come back the other way for a good while. Like, you don't hear that follow-up footstep,
Oh, thank God.
and you do hear sighs of relief afterwards.
Ah,
I
Alright,
can
who's
ride
next?
a bike
Thalra
again.
Thalra or Rex?
I'll take next.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Wow.
Hey, at least it wasn't dual ones.
It's dual 3s.
For dual 12s.
Occasionally, you will hear someone moving in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, give me a Constitution save.
Oh.
oh boy.
It's a low DC.
Was it LeChon that had the diarrhea?
Okay, you're fine.
Barely.
Barely.
He
can kind
lied.
of
He said
hear-
it was low.
You can you hear the occasional, Lechon occasionally breathing deep breaths while they're sleeping,
Uh-huh.
and it matches the movement of the sheets up and down for what it is. But throughout the night, it is just rather quiet. All right.
The hell kind of
Rex?
information is that?
Huh?
Well, what
There's
kind of
nothing
information
going
is
on.
that? I know, but like the breathing matches the heaving. I would hope so.
No, yeah, it's just like that's why. It's like the only thing that's going on is you can hear people walking in the hallways. You can see Lechon. You can hear Lechon's
Okay,
breathing, and
okay.
you can see the
It's like,
going.
man, you're gonna have like one of those aliens pop out of your stomach or something.
Yeah.
Well, in Lechon's case, it's probably gonna be.
Should have gone
Look,
with the
the
soup.
important thing is Thalra didn't hear me baiting.
It's gonna be like a little alien coming out of her stomach, you know.
All right, Rex.
Nice.
Oh boy.
That's a 1.
Hey, it's still better though than my perception roll.
Yeah, you You are distracted.
Cool.
The person next to the room next to you, so it's like it's your room, then then the girls' room, then the sub intern's room. So the room that you're sharing on the other side, that guy is snoring horror, and that's just distracting.
Okay.
I cast silence on the other room.
But other than that, the night goes on without much of an issue.
Cool. That would
In
help
the
some.
morning, you will find 4 of your sub interns have left during the night.
Must have been the soup.
So you have 4 sub interns.
Okay.
Cool.
We asked the remaining sub interns where the other 4 went.
So George and the original group of 3 are the ones that are still around. Well, they look at everybody. Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Yell at Sean.
So the remaining ones look around each other as you encourage them to tell you what happened to the other 4. And they basically like, well, you haven't really, like, they kind of said that they had been voicing their frustrations, like y'all haven't really been doing anything with them, like just leading them around by the nose and then shoving all 8 of them into a room. We're talking about a room that literally has barely enough room for 2 beds and y'all's gear, and having 8 grown men sleep in there. So they ran off. They ran off in the early morning.
Okay.
Okay, Davey.
So
These are the ex bandits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sub interns.
we go down and talk to the tavern master.
Mhm.
We ask him if he saw any dwarves leave.
Yeah, they left about an hour or so ago.
Did they say
Talking
where
about
they
the
were
one-
headed?
Don't really recall if they did.
I slide a silver coin on the table. Does this help jog your memory?
He does. He basically looks at it as like, not trying to cover for them. They didn't tell me.
See,
Okay.
I give him the silver coin anyway.
He
Ask him if he heard
They-
anything.
he saw them leave. So
No, I meant about the rose diamond.
Oh, like any further rumors after we went to bed?
Yeah.
how early did you? Like, he can say, like, he heard a lot of people talking about it. Like, it was excitement, but like some of the
Nothing,
merchants from Waterdeep were particularly excited about it. It's like, I wonder which mine found it. You think it was? Oh, sorry. Think it was Silverstone? Like, no, I think it was probably Echo. They've been bragging for a while about finding a new vein, but we haven't seen anything out of it.
Does he know which one's Silverstone and which one's Echo?
So Silverstone is okay. So Echo is the one that is north of Summit Hall, and Silverstone is the one that is near Yatar.
Yartar.
Yartar.
What the hell's that name? Okay.
I think come on.
Alright.
So does anyone have claim to? Wasn't there one like north of the Feathergales, like just a little bit?
So basically, this one that's right in here, it is part of the Fire Temple, where they had a mine that was there that they were mainly getting obsidian and stone from. As far as there isn't like there's archaeologists in there, but nobody has really tried to turn it into a mining op. At least not that they know of.
I mean, I assumed that the Feathergills would have heard of that anyways. That's
Yes.
right next to them, pretty much.
Yeah, no, like nobody would be able to make a mining base down there. Like a
So
large
that's
scale mining
essentially
operation.
going to be ours.
Well,
It just says a starting one. Just for a simple fact that I also don't want any more of our interns to fucking run away.
I tell LaChawn that I heard that the seller moved to Summit Hall last night.
Why the fuck are you trying to? You are fake news.
That's what I heard. I thank the barkeep for his time. I head
thanks,
out the
Star, for
door.
having a MLB drop seed. A lot of current.
Oh, okay. So since the DM wasn't paying attention, I
heard
that the
I heard that the seller was going to Summit Hall too.
yeah okay.
And so the barkeeper is like, so who actually, like, who's the seller then?
I tell him I could tell you, but you'd have to pay for
He
it. I tell him information's not free.
He looked down at the silver that he already got from Novaris, and he's like, go ahead and give me a deception check, Cad.
Well, hold on. I'm not deceiving him. I just said this to LaChawn.
I'm assuming you did it so that he could hear.
It's not my fault if he overhears the conversation I'm having on the way out. I wasn't talking to the barkeep.
All right. So you and your 4 sub interns are heading to Summit Hall,
Yeah, maybe.
or where? What's the plan? I'm trying to interpret your thing, and you're trying to do funny things. So
Yes. Well, I'm gonna assume we don't need to check out the mine near Sumber Hills there.
most likely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's low in priority order.
I was about to say that's more or less just setting up a spot for the employees for them to do shit in the meantime.
You guys want to go by way of Belliard, or you want to go by way of Barge Right and Wormford?
We can do Barge Right.
Okay.
About to say
It'll take
Bargery
us-
would be the scenic route.
I was gonna say that'll take us closer to Golden Fields as well.
Yeah.
Go by Belliard. You can stop by
The Stone Bridge.
Daddy.
Bone Daddy.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Got a good point. You think Bone Daddy is the buyer?
Bone Daddy might know something.
Well, up to you guys.
Let's go visit Bone Daddy. Just because it's a semi-important NPC that we know of versus fuck all down south.
What does Czar think?
I think that's good reasoning. At least he's somebody we know. Wondering if he'll have any kind of connections for that kind of stuff.
Pulvaris?
But why are we going for these diamonds? Like, what's the point of it? It seems kind of off the topic of what we were trying to do.
Actually, right on the topic.
No. I mean, like, so
It's
find
fuel
them.
to activate a portal.
Right. But if we find them, we're just going to track where they're sending them, or are we hoping that they're going to be where they're using them?
Well, first of all, then we're rich. Second of all, we stop the other people.
The real reason.
No.
Yeah.
Second of all, we stop the other people from using it for nefarious means. Third of all, then we can use it for nefarious means.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense.
If we
Don't
can
you
find
wanna
them, sure. I
unlock
like it.
fast travel?
It's like a wild goose chase.
Well, listen, I'm trying to hone the wild goose chase in. Clearly, it's going to be in Summit Hall.
There, like, as far the only person who has said anything about a buyer existing or a seller existing is Thalra.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know that part. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
It's almost like that's how you get the attention of interested parties.
If the interested parties are anywhere near us.
Well, let me put it to you this way. If there is another like seller, they're going to go, "Wait a minute. What do you mean there's another one?" And if there's an interested buyer, they might show themselves. Which is making the DM's wheels turn.
Part.
Yeah, let's go see Bone Daddy unless Zephyr rejects. Silence means yes.
Yep, I'm getting. So, y'all, I'm gonna kind of go through this because y'all have spent a lot of time traveling.
Uh-huh.
So y'all travel to the Sacred Monastery. As you get to the front gates, the bandits not the bandits. Your sub-interns feel uncharacteristically afraid, right? So
We tell them to wait here.
Y'all are reasonably familiar with that chill in the air as y'all enter the monastery, but that is like they're afraid, and you let them stay behind.
Yep. Before we left Red Larch, we reported the four that left as criminals on the run to the sheriff. Just saying.
And so he looks at you during that interaction. And how did you know this?
We saw them once before at their hideout, and we recognized them when we came into Red Larch.
I saw y'all come into town with eight people, with 12 people, and why? So now you're saying that 8.
Why is he watching us? That's really weird.
Because Red Larch is a small town.
We were escorting them to bring them to a prison, but
yeah.
4 of the ones that were there were the ones that escaped overnight from a miswatch.
So you go to the monastery after reporting the 4 bandits of banditry.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we
You
let
get
the
the-
intern stay outside.
as you go into the monastery, there's that courtyard, which
We also warned them that they're gonna meet what's inside if they act like the other four did.
fair enough.
Tell them to be very quiet and very respectful.
Yes.
So they're gonna stay outside the stone garden area.
Sure.
And so you all are gonna go through as soon as you set the threshold, and it's this Zen garden, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much all stone, the sand,
Tell them not to
even
disturb the pattern.
And y'all go through, and once you enter the actual monastery, the front doors, you hear the familiar hiss of Renwick. I remembered his name.
Well, of course you remember Bone Daddy's name.
Yeah, Bone Daddy's great. You hear the dry, raspy voice of Renwick as that chill permeates further into your skin. Welcome back. I see that survive this fall.
I
To
knew it's
what I owe the pleasure.
I come bearing gifts, Bone Daddy.
Ah, what have you brought me, child?
Got me a chanterelle mushroom, lightless dragonbane mushroom, bloodcat mushroom.
And you can kind of so Renwick as a lich is rather gaunt
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't really have eyes, right? Like his eye sockets are sunken in and anything, and you can kind of see his face almost soften as he's legitimately fascinated by these offerings.
Yeah, we tell them, we got some of these from all over, including as far as Chult.
He's fine. Thank you. Most unexpected gift.
Why'd he
How-
turn into General Grievous?
Do that voice, but I warned you about
It's
that,
Voldemort.
and you were like, "We're gonna do it anyway, just to force Bob to make the voice."
Listen, to be fair, the DM reminded us that he was here, so
Well, Steve was always gonna come back here,
you're not wrong.
Yes.
so he happily accepts the gift and is asking. He wants to return the favor
Uh-huh.
and would like to know how he can repay it.
What does he
Because
know about
clearly he didn't
dwarfs?
come just to give the mushroom.
You.
No, I'm just kidding. Can he tell us anything about the rainbow bridge stones and red diamonds? Sorry, rose pink diamonds.
Oh, let's see. The rainbow bridgestone is going to be a very specific
Yep.
Arcana check
For the lich.
for the lich. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, for me?
So the rainbow bridge or the rose bridgestone.
yeah, rainbow bridgestone.
Rose. It's named after a Rosen bridge.
The magic
Dad.
school bus.
named after an Einstein-Rosen bridge. Okay.
Listen, I was just thinking of Bifrost instead.
Yes, I know. So he actually does recognize the name Holmes.
Oh,
It is a
see it around when it was made.
no, unfortunately not.
Oh, damn.
As far as Lich is concerned, Renwick is relatively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that explains a lot due to his fascination with mushrooms. He likes getting high.
Get this skooma.
So he does recite what he knows about it. It is a artifact from the Netheril.
Okay. Even though I think we already knew that.
So what he is explaining is the Netheril mages used it.
Yeah.
Because several of their cities had protections against teleportation.
So they were still able to teleport in spite of that.
This
these.
artifact was designed to bypass that protection.
Okay.
So that they could be protected from teleportation,
but
still have access themselves.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the Netheril mages had a much similar to the Roman Empire, ancient Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
Money really wasn't a problem for them, so they had access to a lot more of them, and usually whenever spells use material components that it consumes it as a cost, it goes away. So even back when he was alive, that cost would be rather expensive for the average user, right? It's like,
yeah,
why would I just not hire a wizard to create a portal? Like the rose bridge stones trade cost for time, right?
Yep.
Very high cost, very short time versus the rituals to create a actual portal between two locations.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you recall correctly,
yeah,
it takes we're talking about a normal portal takes upwards of 2 weeks on each side. So, rainbow diamonds, or sorry, god damn it, rose diamonds.
Wasn't me this time.
But can we have rainbow diamonds though? Because that sounds badass.
No, you can only have chaos emeralds.
Oh, I mean, I'll take those.
7 of them. They're spread throughout the multiverse.
I bet Boblin has one.
He does.
Well,
He has the green one.
Well, you heard it. We have to find him now.
Pretty sure you've had the mentality that you had to find him dark.
Haven't really been trying. Though I did hear a rumor that he's in Summit Hall.
Nope. You might have started that rumor yourself.
I tell the Lich that I hear that rumor.
And he responds last I heard he was in Azeroth.
Wow. Ask him where's the hat.
I don't know, but he was saying something about for the Horde.
Oh, okay.
That place, somebody stuck a giant sword in it. And it was what sword?
So what does he know about the Rose Diamond?
Rose diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
What he recalls, and from he kind of tells you the tale he has lived in the Deserin Valley his actual life and his afterlife, right?
Minnows, thank you for the 70.
So for all of his existence.
Hope you're doing good.
Basically. He does remember Rose Diamonds being found actually in the Forlorn Hills. But the mines that found them hit a dry spell and hit it really hard, to the extent that a single diamond was not found for years. One was found, and then another one hadn't been found since.
I mean, like,
So
how long ago
most
was
of the-
that one found?
This was back when he was still alive.
Oh.
Or no. I'm trying to remember because he's freaking old, right?
Yeah.
We're talking like this is from like 50 years ago when the mines went under. So a Rose Diamond has been found since,
Okay.
but he was like back in the day. It's like they were rare back in the day, and he hasn't really. It's not really a topic that comes to him in modern times, right?
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a lich.
But he, like, would he know anything about the likelihood of one appearing? Like, is it possible for a rose diamond to be, anywhere? Or is it, like, specific to a certain, like, vein?
When he was alive, they were only ever found in the
So he just doesn't know more, basically. Because I'm
So,
asking, like rose diamonds, are they found in, like, gold veins, right? Like,
yeah, no, I get you, but like it's not his. Once again, it's not his area of expertise.
uh-huh.
But from when he was alive and from what he has heard, what he recalls, they were only really found in the southern part of at least here.
Okay. Well, what does he know about raising the dead?
His eyes kind of narrow at that question.
Like, not liches. Like, just, like, temporary
Rex,
help.
Rex, how do you feel about this question?
Which one?
About raising the dead.
I mean, I'm able to do it. I have not used it yet.
He asked for what purpose?
Menial labor.
Oh, for like long-term use? Raising the dead is extremely expensive.
Oh, okay.
It's not really worth it because like the stuff that you can summon at low levels is just they can't carry shit. And they'll just fall apart trying to carry like something small.
I have 2 more questions for him, if he would humor me. One, does he know of any other liches in the area?
There's no hot liches in your area?
Yeah. And 2...
Still no liches.
That stupid Megamind gif, no liches?
2, is he aware of any dragon cult activities that have occurred in the Deserin Valley of late? Not that he exactly gets around, but, I figure he's got ways. Like magical detection.
So he's kind of questioning your use of words here.
Okay.
So
out of context,
not so
is
much
it the
for
Dragon
me.
Cult or Cult of the Dragon? I'm not sure.
No. He's not worried about that part.
Oh, okay.
Like he hasn't really heard much of the cult itself, right?
Ah. Okay.
But
Time for an exposition dump.
no. Like he's heard of.
Like,
he's heard
can
of
we
the cult
explain to him
before.
about that and like the attack on like Waterdeep?
Oh, sure. You can exposition.
Yeah.
So he will explain that he has heard of the Dragon Cult before.
Yeah.
Back when he was alive, he actually dealt with them in some capacity. Back
Like
in the
dealt with them like, hey yo, what up, my homies, or dealt with them like die infidel.
Die infidel.
Okay.
So he
Redwick's
has
a real one.
Yeah,
in
just had to make sure.
In contemporary times, he has not heard of Dragon Cult activities, right?
So was he like under the understanding that they had been destroyed or something?
Well, he was under the impression that if, like, he just hasn't really. They haven't bothered him in modern times.
Yeah,
right?
I gotcha.
So, contemporary terms, he's like, when you talk about the Dragon Cult, it's like he hears that word, it's like, and like you can kind of get the vibes, like you hear those roaches are back, like
Yeah.
kind of a bitter thing. It's like, but they
Yes.
haven't really bothered him. But so he's surprised that they're back. So he's like, well, I haven't really heard anything about the Dragon Cult.
What about the
But-
dragons that appear?
Yeah.
But he
Can we
does
also
re-
explain that like this whole like the Rose Bridge and Rose like all of that's like this is why we're asking it.
Yeah. So what he does go on to say is just like, he recalls that the last time y'all were in the area,
Uh-huh.
there was a dragon in the area around that same time. You knew this.
What was there?
Yes, the
The
one.
Dragon Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he was like, well, there was that dragon, then there was these other dragons, then there was another dragon that's been coming back every once in a while. Just not here, right? He's just talking about, like, in grand scheme of things, he's kind of recounting dragon activity in the area,
Yeah.
kind of offhand, that nobody else has been talking about.
Like he just knows because he can like sense them or something.
Like magical radar bullshittery, right?
Yeah.
MacGuffin?
Right.
He kind of just drops that information offhand because he's not worried about them. It's like, whatever they do, I don't really give a shit, as long as they don't mess with me. But he's talking as if multiple different dragons have come through the area, and one in particular has come multiple times.
Like recently.
Since y'all have been here.
What does he know about that one? Like, does he know anything more than just, hey, it's a dragon that's been here?
So he really can't tell where they are in the valley.
Sure. But does he know the
can't
type?
really- No, the best he can do is like,
There be dragons afoot.
he basically can follow their magical signature, like a unique identifier,
Mm-hmm.
but he can't really he can't decode that magical signature and tell you who or what it is.
So basically, the only way he would know is if he stepped outside and went, "Oh, hey, that's the dragon."
Yeah, like, well, no, he could tell you, he could tell you if if one of those dragons is currently in the valley,
Mm-hmm.
which there isn't one right now. But let's just say one was in the area, right? He could tell you one is nearby. He can tell you that if it is the one that has been returning or if it's a different one, but he couldn't tell you, like,
Okay.
color, gender, or anything else like that.
Can
Oh, yeah.
he tell us when the last time it visited was? And can we cross-check that with the founding of the mine?
So the last time was about a week ago,
Okay.
and the mine was like 4 months ago.
Did the dragon visit around that time? Okay. Would he be able to detect the dragon more if he were in flappy form or walkie form?
The way that
Basically, dragon form or human form.
it doesn't really matter which form they're in.
Yeah.
The only thing that would matter is if they're trying to actively conceal, like magically conceal themselves rather than just disguise, because disguising is not enough.
Well, I assume he wouldn't be able to tell if they are at that point. Like if they're magically disguising themselves, then he's not going to be able to detect.
Well, no, if they're magically disguising themselves,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like for example, Veer, if I recall his name correctly, the red dragon.
Yeah.
He knew Veer was here, even
Yep.
though he was parading around in a human skin.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he was trying to magically mask his presence, right?
Yes, he was trying to
He
magically
wouldn't
mask
know
his presence.
because he wouldn't be able to see him, right?
Right. He
At least I assume.
the way he knows that they're nearby, they're magically, like he tracks their magical presence within the area, within his network.
Yep.
But if they're trying to hide that, he wouldn't be able to bypass it, because like if they're trying to be magically sneaky, that's another story. However, go ahead and give me a nature check, and nature or arcana check.
I think it's gonna be nature.
And Sylvaris, or not Sylvaris, sorry.
Wow.
Well, actually, everyone except Sylvaris can do this with advantage because of your relationship with dragons.
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry. We have Bahamut, we have a Drake Warden, we have a Dragon Sorcerer.
Listen, I have relationships with Lachan.
What kind of relationships? You're in a zone of truth, by the way.
I was gonna say I don't know that. Oh really? Are we? I didn't realize that. We can't even deceive him, even if we wanted to.
There was a joke that I heard where it's just like someone uttered a meme within a zone of truth, which made it canon. It's like, I'm sorry, I slept with your sister. He said it in his own truth. He's telling the truth.
Jesus. Okay, so Rax got a crit then.
All right, Rax got a crit. Sylvaris got a 12. We got an 18. We got a 14. So Lachan and Rax.
16. Excuse you.
Yes, you're right. 16.
I'm also the only one that did Arcana.
Yeah. Okay, so with the two nature checks,
yeah.
A dragon who is trying to hide its presence is very few dragons would actually try to do that, and they would need to have a reason to do so, right?
Probably to hide from either another dragon or another semi-powerful creature.
They're hiding from
No, most of the time dragons have arrogant issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right?
It would have to be they're encroaching on another dragon's territory or something like that.
Like the most likely the only ones who would, unless they are absolutely afraid of that creature, right?
Yeah.
The other creature that they're trying to avoid. And
like a
we're
Tarrasque.
talking about I'm doing something that would intentionally piss this creature off to the extent that they would hunt me down. Most of the time, the only creature that would, if it wasn't to that extent, would be like a green dragon or a black dragon, just by nature of them, trying to do some sneaky shit, right?
Yeah.
But if they're not trying to hide, even them, unless they have a reason to hide, like if they're just flying through the area, they're not gonna. They're most likely not gonna do that.
Yeah, because it's like, look at me, I'm a dragon.
The Arcana check, usually they would need to know that they're actively being monitored, and unless you have reason to believe that you are being monitored, they're not going to even bother with that.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Renwick's territory is only the monastery.
Yeah.
And obviously the dragons have not come to the monastery.
Like,
So
I
Renwick
assume that he
doesn't-
could detect further out than that, but like,
Right.
it's just
But-
it's just like, again, he's casting a wide net. They're like, well, maybe I sensed something was detecting me, but like not really honing in on me or anything.
Yeah. If Renwick wanted to do a little bit more, like if he wanted to track one of the dragons closer,
Yeah.
he would need something more of them, right? And the more he had of them, the easier it would be to track. So
Hey,
names are
Lachon.
magically powerful. So if you knew the name of a dragon, you could track it to some extent. There, having a physical body part of a dragon would be better to that dragon in particular.
Do we still got any of them leftover green bits?
That dragon's kind of dead.
I was
Are
about
we
to say,
sure?
I mean, well, considering I used her to make my sword,
Parts of her.
Yeah, that's
and
You have her
we
head.
kind of, I was about to say, we kind of decapitated her, took her
well.
heart.
It's a dragon. I mean, if he had a part of another dragon, would he be able to, enhance his green detection radius?
Like if you wanted to see if there was a green dragon, using part of Sagrath's parts would help to some extent. It's not going to be as potent as parts of the other green dragon in particular,
Yeah.
but it would be better than nothing.
I mean, do we have anything left? I actually don't know.
Yes.
Well,
y'all
I
have-
mean, I
you've
also have
used-
green and red scales.
So your skills are not.
Yeah, can Bone Daddy touch Lachon? Use him as an amplifier?
I'm a
You know what?
dousing
Be like,
rod.
You know
oh,
what? Let's see. Yes.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a dousing rod. Let's go.
Uh,
Hold me, Bone Daddy.
So the
You might want to wrap your arm or something, or protect yourself from cold damage somehow.
what was I gonna say?
Find my level keep us warm.
I think you're about to get gangrene.
Probably
It's okay, I'm already green.
it's your Christmas tree. It's already it's your season.
Yeah.
So what Renwick will basically
Actually, yeah. Can Bone Daddy tell us anything about Lachon's condition?
I was about to say, I don't think we actually asked him about that.
no, I don't think y'all did.
Yeah, show him. Be like,
I
got a little bit of a problem.
Okay, so before I forget, I'm already forgetting the thought, basically. But
Yeah.
yeah.
God damn it! I was saying it was something about how to use it to track.
Yeah.
Basically, if you had the name or
Well, we do have names, don't we?
names are going to be, if you had a body part, it would be easiest. Names are better than nothing. But he would be able to identify it more than just, are you in my area? It can be to the extent of general direction to proximity, right? Or
Right.
even
Right.
possibly location.
Ooh.
But these are degrees of success. So you wanted to see if he knows anything about Lachon's condition itself.
Yeah.
So you present your scaly arms, and during this time, he's walking through his keep. He goes down into the mushroom territory and is having these conversations while he's tending to he's planting these mushrooms in areas. And so he goes up to, at one point, once you present as you're back on the ground floor, you present your arms, like he takes a close look at him, like you can feel the cold, and you feel like he can't really help his nature, right?
Yeah.
But you feel like you feel like as if a part of yourself is being drained by how close he gets to you while he's looking.
Drain touch.
Yeah. So he looks and just says like, he basically asks for a moment, and as he goes up into his tower,
Mm-hmm.
shortly after, he will come back down with some books, and he starts etching a circle into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
a magical circle. Not really anything permanent, but just like he's drawing a circle using magic to cast a ritual. If anyone wants to if you're magically active, you can try to understand what ritual this is.
Define magically active.
If you have magic spell slots, and particularly the spell that he's trying to cast. I think
what do you want us to roll? Arcana?
Probably be Arcana, yeah.
I got a juicy 9.
Oh boy.
Damn.
Yeah, none of y'all recognize.
Maybe Rax. Hold on.
I don't really care what the ritual he's doing.
Damn.
So he creates a basic ritual, and then you see and you've seen rituals cast before, and then you notice that he starts adding more and more circles to it. Like, there's the normal ring, and then there's like compounding additional rings to it. So kind of like Full Metal Alchemist, you have the basic ring, and then the more and more complex and specific the spell becomes,
Yeah.
the more rings get added to it. And he says to stand in the center.
Okay, I stand in the center.
You don't ask him what it is.
I trust Renwick
before he does this, he asks like, so what are you trying to find out about?
I
should have asked.
My father is.
I was about to say, if we find out like the source of my draconification, if they're able to find out like where basically who the progenitor of it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Top doesn't believe. So you just want to find out who the progenitor is, or so it's just the name, the identity, and location of the progenitor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he draws his circle out, and you can kind of see that it is almost split. Like the circle is split almost, because he kind of has to take into consideration that you're looking at two progenitors. There is the green side and the red side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of know that the green side was probably Sagrath.
I mean, can I go up to him
kinda-
and ask him, will this, like, can we also know if this is going to have some sort of harmful effect on Lechon in the end?
And in his dry, raspy voice, it's like,
Not his ritual, by the way.
right, no, his, like,
The draconification.
Most long-term magical effects do carry some sort of
Malice.
ill-begotten side effect.
Yeah.
Whether it will, if he can carry, it'll change him mentally, spiritually, physically, and to what degree, it depends heavily on the spirit of the user, as well as the degree of the spell itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can kind of get that this, like, you kind of get the feeling that he's talking from experience, whether, like, he can,
Because
there are
he's a
people
lich.
probably who can live with it, live
Yeah.
relatively normal lives, but if it goes too far or gets too corrupted, it will affect him.
Okay.
And you're not sure, like, he isn't sure if Lechon is past that point.
Mm-hmm.
So he completes his sigils and starts the ritual. And like, you can see the signet lights up first in bright, not really, I want to say white, but it's not really like a dirty white. It's just like a magical glow, and it changes as it activates. You can kind of sense the softness of divination, to the extent that this is mostly seeking
Mm-hmm.
and patience. Right?
Lord
As it
Lechon, let's go.
manifests, you can kind of see, like, floating strings of characters wrapping themselves around Lechon, changing them, presenting themselves in front of Renwick's eyes. And then this goes on back and forth, and finally circles um two circles manifest from the ring and start floating upwards, and they
Okay.
take on distinct hues of red and green. As almost a compass appears at one of the corners. Who has the so before I get to the red one, the green one. Who has what did you all do with Sagrath's body parts? Are they in the bag of holding?
Yeah, they're in the bag of holding.
And who has the bag of holding? Actually, you know what? It actually doesn't matter because it's a separate plane of existence.
Yeah.
Right? So the green loop kind of just goes in circles.
It's like the Windows loading icon.
Kind of like as if it was a compass and you were standing on magnetic north.
Yeah.
Like, it really isn't sure where to point because everywhere magnetic north. In this case, there's nothing for it to point to.
Also, just FYI, some of the times you keep going garbly, and I'm not sure if it's something you're doing or.
My kitchen is apparently just eating the
Yeah.
broadcast signal. I'll avoid that. So the green circle is trying to find magnetic north and is failing to do so.
It's just spinning. Yep.
The red one, on the other hand, points roughly east by northeast, relatively speaking, right? Obviously you're in a monastery, you can't really see. y'all are all reasonably good at survival, so you have a good sense of your personal compass,
Mm-hmm.
and it is pointing more east than north, but it is pointing in a very specific location. It is not moving currently. So he the way he talks, he looks at, you can kind of see he has like, he got this little notepad out, like a clipboard, and you know what? I'm gonna say that he has a clipboard and a pair of glasses now, even though he doesn't have eyes.
Excellent.
Very
It's like,
distinguished.
yes,
Very
good.
demure.
As it should
Perhaps
be.
a monocle instead of glasses.
Ah, yeah, that would be even better.
Yeah.
And it's one of those monocles that has like multiple little lenses, so it can magnify.
Magnification.
Yeah.
So he kind of repeats, it's like, well, the green dragon, the progenitor of the green dragon that you are inheriting magic from, or inherited magic from, it's inconclusive. This is, there's a possible
Well,
there's possible
wait.
reasons for this, and it's either because the dragon is no longer alive or is no longer on this plane of existence.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, wouldn't it detect Sagroth from my sword?
Not to the extent that it's looking.
Okay.
If you mentioned that you killed a green dragon recently,
Yeah.
it's
Which
going,
we will flex.
he's going to. It's like, well, if this was involved with what you were doing, it is reasonable to assume that that's who that progenitor was. But unless you can produce, like, basically the magical gland that it has is going to be the main thing that determines whether or not it's a match.
Sylvaris, pull out her head.
I pull it up and raise it greatly.
The head is not the magical gland; it's the heart. We're looking. Which I think you
Sylvaris,
also have.
I know the hand.
pull out the heart.
So as soon as you pull out the heart, the green ring snaps too. So, yeah. The red one, on the other hand, so it's like, well, you killed your parent. Did you do the final blow, or did Cad?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Actually, it might have been Ronnie.
Yeah, I did. I think it was.
I'm trying to remember, was that the fight where Ronnie did the whole Jurassic Park thing?
Dead now.
Well, when you say parent, does he mean actual parent or just progenitor, so to speak?
Progenitor.
Yeah.
The red dragon, on the other hand, he's going by what he can read, and this is a magical signature that he is not familiar with. It's one that has not come through Deserin Valley, or that he has not dealt with directly. So we can. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, actually, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, what I was gonna say is, like, so Veer was in the valley.
Yeah.
And so it was most likely not him.
Yeah. Yeah. So all I was gonna ask then was, basically, can my character say something to the effect of, well, since we killed the green dragon, why did his draconification for the green not go away?
So basically what it is, the draconification is permanently gone. It can be removed.
Okay.
It can be removed via be a high level magic. But it's not really something that
he specializes in.
Well, no, it's not even so much like he could research it and probably figure it out. It will take time.
Ask him how many mushrooms it takes.
Even with access to a lot of research, the more research he has access to, the faster it could be reduced. But it's not something that like the spellcaster it's not a concentration. It's not something that they have to actively maintain. It's like once it's been taken over, it's like Lechon is basically producing the energy that it fuses to continue, right?
Okay.
Like it is a form of symbiosis, because it is giving Lechon strength, but it is using Lechon as a means to grow and not so much that it's feeding back to the parent dragon, but like you saw all of the dragon cultists happen to also have scales. So you're not sure if they're all crazy or if the scales themselves and the draconification has some impact on people's psyches. And actually he will confirm that it probably does if you are not strong enough. If your will is not strong.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame I'm gonna have to cut Lechon's head off.
So in like Lechon's case, since Lechon really hasn't changed much personally, even though they've gotten stronger, probably reasonably certain that so far that Lechon has not been influenced by it, but possibility is always there.
Yeah.
So the red dragon itself, you can kind of see him. You can kind of see him manipulating some of the strands from it, like it's pointing to something, and you can kind of see him
hugging,
reach forward, and grab the ring. Like he puts his hand in the ring and starts twisting it. Like the ring itself is magical light, but he's pulling on it like it's threads, and he pulls it and it unravels away from the arrow that it is. Like he directs someone to stand in the direction of the arrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kind of lock down the position. But he grabs the strings and pulls it into the ball, produces a small glass vial, and almost shoves it inside the vial and caps it. And he explains that this is this is a magical signature of his progenitor. He might not be able to do anything with it, but someone might be able to. That ritual would not last forever, right? So, but he was able to distill its effect and lock it in that little capsule. Someone might be able to do something with it.
Okay.
As for Lechon and permanent effects and safety to life, as Lechon gets more powerful, especially when it comes to draconic power, there's a risk for anyone that it would be problematic for. Lechon being exposed to two and having two basically competing bloodlines, the risk is more so. So be careful.
Dad, Bob's making me want to do the funny thing now.
Wait, what did you say be careful about?
Taking levels in Draconic Sorcery.
No, you can do that. That's fine. but they're
basically indulging in draconic powers.
the way
Yeah.
I have used it in this campaign. The draconification is a double-edged magical sword. There are risks to going further and further into it, more so on the narrative aspect rather than the mechanical level up of it.
Yeah.
And we can discuss that. We can discuss that later. Out of character.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that we were looking for with the ritual?
Um,
We're looking for the
Name?
progenitor, location, and current long-term effects and current effects.
Yeah.
can he? I'm trying to think of the way to ask this. Can he sense whether or not this is a like growing problem in the world?
Like how
pervasive it is? Does he sense other people like Lachan when he pulls on those threads?
Like if he wanted to pull on those threads to find more people like Lachan, like people who have been given this bloodline magic, yes. He doesn't really have a frame of reference of if it's getting worse, because this is the first time he's really looked into it himself. Right?
Okay,
So
I got a better question then. Would that essence be able to detect not only the progenitor, but also anybody else that has draconification of that type?
Basically coming from the same progenitor, so I could identify other siblings.
Yes.
it probably could be.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not sure
dude, I got
how.
Frodo's fucking sword that glows.
Yeah. Sting. Okay. Yeah. No, that's
There's multiple ways that can be done, and how I'm treating that is come up with how you want to use it. You can get one magical effect with it.
yeah.
But the restrictions on this are location and dragon and red dragon, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically that red dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as it's related to those two things, we can talk about how to manipulate to follow those.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
I guess we thank Bone Daddy for his time and tell him enjoy his new collection of shrooms.
I also tell him that I'm going to keep looking for more.
Never know how much that.
Some of it cut out, but we got the gist. Thank you, little one.
Yeah. So y'all are good here in the monastery?
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all leave. Overall, it took you like 2 hours, and you can kind of see the four sub interns that you have are recreating the Zen garden patterns outside of the garden. So they didn't go in, right? But they got bored and started drawing.
I tell them that it's very beautiful. Don't you feel more at peace now, having done that?
No, I tell you what, show them your vial. Your glowy red vial.
Ah, I show them essence of father.
Please don't call it that.
I'm calling it that.
Father's essence. There, that's better.
Not much better. Anyways,
Essence day father.
Yes, that's lovely. What is it?
Don't worry about it. Tell them it's what we came here for, and now we have a lead.
Indeed.
Okay, so
We're showing them these things so that they know that we were here for a reason, and we're not just carting them around for no reason.
So one of them does muster up the courage. It's like, so what is here? Because that place looks haunted.
Well,
I tell him it was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
as I pull my little cloak up and do like a little Dracula thing and go, "You believe in ghosts?"
Yes, we've seen them several times.
Oh, well, there's a lich in there.
It's like, and they're like,
Jesus.
it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't say
willingly-
that. I would not
No,
tell
no.
them that.
Nah, he's a chill guy. Get it? Because he's dead.
Also, because he actually has chill touch, but sure.
That's what I was thinking of.
All they're doing is just hanging out. He's just a chill guy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, people think that just because you're a lich, you're up to nefarious things, but you're just a chill guy, you know?
And to your mushrooms and
Yeah, let's
He ends up being
tell
the
them
big
that's why we had to come by, is we had to drop off his mushroom shipment. And tell them to keep their eyes peeled for any rare mushrooms.
they look confused, but agree.
Okay. So I guess we continue on the road then?
Yep. Do you want to head straight to, or so the potential stops, right, are
Belliard.
the
I mean, I imagine we can't make it to Summit Hall in the same day.
For the sake of sin. Trying to think. Yeah, or at 9 or 10:30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was gonna assume like Belliard or something.
Renwick opens a portal for us all to travel through.
We'd have to go get the interns to go back down there, and I don't think they're going to.
It's okay. Renwick will make a special occasion to come up on land and open up a portal for us.
No, I don't. I don't think he will. He's gonna be way too invested in those new mushrooms.
Not wrong. You do be shrooming it up.
Yeah, so if you can make it a Belliard easy. For the sake of time, do you want to stop at the mine that on the following day? Do you want to stop at the mine that is between Belliard and Summit Halls, or do you want to just go straight to?
Wait, there's a mine between Belliard and Summit Hall? The Silverstone, or was that Echo?
It's Echo.
Yeah, let's stop at Echo. Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, we can look around. So.
Okay. So you stop in Belliard for the night.
Yep, I spread the rumor again.
Okay. The next day, The night is rather uneventful.
Mhm.
Belliard is nowhere near as traveled.
Sure.
A lot smaller. So you go through, have a small meal, and
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, and head on down to Summit Hall. On the road to Summit Hall, you stop at the Echo Grounds, and this is you have to travel up. Well, so the road that between Belliard and Summit Hall is in a valley that is a raised valley, right? So like they cut down into to make the road, but it's not all the way down at like river the basin level. It is still raised up. So and as you go to Echo Grounds, you kind of raise up that hill, flatten out, and there is this massive archway built into one of the larger hills, and that goes down. It is well carved. It is ancient. It is just absolutely massive. You can tell that this is probably one of the mines
In the valley.
in the valley, and probably date back to like when the Great Stone Bridge,
Hmm.
hundreds of maybe if not thousands. And you can kind of see that it is predominantly uh dwarven miners residents, and it is both a city in itself as well as a mine. So it's like we're talking diggy hole levels of civilization. Everybody digs.
Yeah.
So I dig
you
it, she digs it, we dig it, they dig it.
don't see craftsmanship like this in the cities.
Like there are stone carvers, but everyone's livelihood basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Rock and stone, fellow youth.
is there so it's called a mine company, but you quickly realize that it's basically a
Small village.
it's not a small village. It's larger than a village. It's not quite a city, right? Actually, it's far from a city, but so if you want to find like the mayor or the elders, like who do you want to talk to about?
I mean, yeah, I guess like the nearest person of importance.
At the mine?
Like the mine is basically a
City.
town.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess the foreman.
yeah.
Okay, so the
Foreman, mayor, whatever it would be.
Okay, you find someone of importance, and people kind of give you a wide berth. It's like you get in, and they like the guards guards kind of stop you, but not so much. Like they're kind of surprised that you're here, but uh they kind of like give you the normal 12th degree. It's like, okay, state your business, state who are you coming to visit. Oh, you're here for this. Okay, well you're gonna need to park your wagon and your horses over here. So and so over in the central mine shaft is going to be who you're.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see like there's eateries throughout the city. There's
Try out the dwarven delicacies.
Yeah.
There are residences, barracks, like general store going through, and like you can see that a lot of the stuff along this main road are yards of just row after row of stone and building. You can kind of see. You can even go to the extent that you start seeing like iron and workable metals, which have already both in raw form as well as processed ingots or even like tools made with that signature um for them. So you can kind of see that this is a mining and seems like their primary secondary market or their secondary produce is working other than decorative.
Man, I'm so jealous of them.
You do follow the instructions, and you eventually come to a rather important looking dwarf. He's standing up on a little platform, um, looking down into the mine shaft. And if you look down into it, you can kind of see different. It goes deep, and you can kind of see different lights in each of the. You can kind of see like the doorways of different mine shafts going into the throughout the grounds, and you can kind of see lights. Like you see the light of the doorway, but you also see very strategically placed lanterns, almost as if they're designed to send back up to about how the process of. There are people inside her.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarf will turn around. Well, another dwarf kind of uh acknowledges your presence and gives you the whole. Well, can I get your names and occupation and purpose of visit for our records?
No.
The dwarf is rather confused. Like, well, if
I slide 5 silver on the table, and I'm like, "You don't need our names."
like she's standing up, there's no table nearby. It's just like
Slides it on the floor.
I have it in my hand and I flick it onto the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's so bad.
You don't need our names.
Jesus. The amount of disrespect. That's a grudge, Nika.
They look at that and like, when was the last time you actually dealt with?
I was about to say, I turn and I slap Sylvaris right in the face.
Jesus.
The secretarial dwarf that's there looks at you, gives you a nod of approval, and it's like, once again, before I disturb our foreman, names and purpose of it.
I will give my name and say that I'm looking to start a up-and-coming mining company and want advice from seasoned veterans.
She or I'll know it. Or an insight.
I thought you said it was.
Well, do y'all realize it? They all have beards. Yes, y'all all realize.
I was gonna say, I feel like I would at least be able to, but like,
You're the one who went an entire season without knowing Lachan if Lachan was male or female.
listen.
To be fair, that was a meme for most.
Yeah. Besides, Lachan was trying to deceive me.
Ride succeed.
You know, you never made us roll.
You never asked to roll.
got you there.
Anyways, so she you mentioned the competing mining company. She kind of chuckles. It's like, you don't seem. I concern. You concern. I certainly welcome the We certainly welcome the competition, but you don't seem the type. So she will shuffle over to the foreman, and relay the information. He whistles over to another dwarf who kind of takes his spot on the pedestal as he's in between barking orders, and he comes down, and as he comes off the pedestal, he is a lot shorter than he originally looked. And so as he's comes up to you and looks up at you, but it feels like he's looking down on you, right?
He's
Mhm.
got that look of superiority.
Yeah. Ogden Craghammer, what can I help you with? Secretary says you're looking to start the competition. Don't look like much to me.
Well, what I
Draw a
lack
sword.
in stature, I make up with it in passion.
Ah, I too feel the love of the stone. I can respect that, even if you got some knife-ear blood in you.
Rock and stone, brother.
Rock and stone, indeed. Come, let's go to the office. And you can kind of see him waddling as he's heading over there. He will enter he will open up his office. Like, come on. And as y'all go through, everyone except for Rax has to like crawl, duck to avoid getting clipped by the doorway frame. We're not used to having company. Most merchants just pick up their stone and leave. We usually have to send drum up the business to send it out manually. So, pardon our inability to accommodate such fine, tall guests.
Hey, it's no problem at all. It's an honor to be in such fine dwarven craftsmanship.
Ah, truly, you have an eye for the finer things now, don't you, lass?
I like to think so.
Well, if you're looking for advice for veterancy, as much as I am deigned to share the secrets, I will do share what knowledge I can, and in my pride as the 7th generation Craghammer in charge of these mines, I will do what I can. Your first step is know what you got. Y'all do have a mine for to harvest from, right?
Yes, there's I tell him about the mine in the Somber Hills.
Ah,
That's attached to the fire temple.
so you found that mine. Ah, that, what's the prospect? What's this prospect report come back from it? Most of what I heard is people were. If I recall correctly, the last I heard there were more archaeologists than prospectors. A lot of obsidian in those, but don't really know what material you're looking for in there.
Well, I'm looking to specialize in the gems and the jewelry aspect of it all.
Ah,
Now, something to really sucker in those high elves.
they got your head in the clouds. Make sure your feet are stay on the ground. I've seen We've seen several quarries go out just discarding the rock that makes up the bulk of their mine. Not having a if you can't find a vein, don't have the resources. What are you gonna do? Can't keep going. You have family to feed. There has to be something in there. But the main thing you need to watch out for is having the tools, having the people, and especially with gems, trusting your people. It's far too easy, especially with a smaller yield, for them to just pocket it. And then you have to think about transport. You have to think about craftsmanship. Raw gems are fine,
Later, Katana.
but having a truly fine jewel is what's going to set your mind up above the others. Ah, just thinking about that reminds me of it. Reminds me of a tale. Y'all have heard of. It's been. In fact, the fathers always told us of legends of diamonds and quartz and rubies and sapphires, and we don't get many done here in the Echo Grounds. But some people think they can find one diamond and be set for life. And that might work if you would live a modest life and you get incredibly lucky. But one stone doesn't a mine make.
Well, what if it was the rose diamond?
So he immediately, like, he hears the rose diamond and just starts laughing. You really do have lofty dreams, don't you? Speaking of the wrong hills.
And where do you think I should dig?
Those trying to find the name. Trying to find the half insulting, half like bookkeepers and nerds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, over in Summit Hills. He'll Ogden will basically kind of he kind of just says like the nerds over at Summit Hall have records of what people have found where in the Deserin Hills, and it has gone back like to the extent that they've found records from the ancient dwarven civilization.
Right.
No way to confirm those, mind you, but they at least claim to have them. And everything points to the Forlorn. Everything points to the Forlorn.
Well,
the only problem is, once again, they have not had the last rose diamond was decades ago.
ask him
And
if he heard anything about that mine starting back up.
Oh, yeah, about the new mining company that started over there.
Yeah, something about twin bolt, yeah. A twin bolt.
Hmm.
What are they like?
Yeah, has he met them at all? Had any dealings with them?
We sold him some winching equipment a while back. mix of a company, mind you. Like well, we don't disallow the error races, and you can kind of hear the sarcasm in his voice there. We don't disallow the fair races here at Echo Grounds, but nobody except dwarves stay here very long. It's something about the atmosphere doesn't sit right with them. Them Twin Bolt, that company. Then when we dealt with them, I was told that there were dwarves, there were orcs. Humans in the lot.
A real
Just
hodgepodge.
anyone who wanted to go, anyone who wanted to join up, they took. They stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Their form the dwarf who introduced himself as the foreman. He seemed to know what he was working with, but doesn't really. We're really not sure what they're after. The granite's nice, but the stone you can get anywhere else.
Okay. Tell him it's been a pleasure.
Well, if you need some equipment, let us know. We'll give you a discount.
Oh,
Maybe.
rock on, brother.
Very, I say that very generous of you. Rock and stone.
Rock and stone indeed.
But you know what? I think we need a proper dwarven farewell. We're gonna have a drink with them. And we're immediately gonna drive.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's a good thing. So he pulls out a cask of dwarven ale. Pours everyone a drink.
Let's go.
Nope. He just downs it in a single swig.
I follow suit with my 26 con save.
I also down it like it's nothing.
Fucking cheater.
Well, I
As
guess.
you
Oh, hell no.
okay, Sylvaris, you and Lechon. Sylvaris, you really can't taste, or it is an exquisite ale, right?
Hmm.
You really can't taste, or you can't really feel the effects of the alcohol. But
Yeah.
Lechon, you drink from it, you taste it. It is an exquisite ale, but you can tell it is extremely hard. Zara, you take a swig, or do you down it or take a swig?
How much is it?
It's a mug. It's a
Yeah, I guess I down it.
you down it, and you slam the mug down, and you are instantly hit with the wave of dizziness.
Yep.
And suddenly there are two Ogden crag hammers in front of you are chuckling at you.
Of course there are.
Great, they're multiplying.
Yep. The weird part's the echo.
Well, you are on Echo Grounds.
Yep.
I get some too.
You slipper.
Yes.
I do not chug it.
You
Sipped
sip
like
it.
a fine beverage.
Well, let's see what it tastes like
It,
first.
it is an exceptional ale.
Although I'll
Does
take
that
my time
weird
with it.
snake tongue thing to
Very
taste
earthy. It is. It is more like a red ale. So not like super dark, but not bitter.
Now, is this a like a family recipe of theirs, or
Yeah.
gonna need to set up a trade deal to keep this stuff on hand?
That's what I like to hear. The rest of like, so he thanks y'all, and he's like, now if you don't mind, I do need to get back to work.
Of course. Don't let us keep you.
So he waddles back to he opens the door and motions for y'all to leave the office. Oh, that reminds me. I need to actually show you on the map general location of where the red arrow is pointing, just so you
I
have
mean,
that knowledge.
yeah,
I was
sure.
about to say, you're
Like,
saying east from the monastery, which
Yeah.
is the brown down arrow.
Yeah, I'll put it on the map at one point. I just nearly forgot.
Okay.
And with that, is there anything else you would want to do here in the Echo Grounds before you head to the Summit Hill?
No.
No.
Well, hang on now, hang on. This is just more of a RP flavor thing, though. But ask our interns and George Foreman there if they feel any inspiration from seeing any of the dwarven works on display throughout the city.
Okay.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, the only ones you have left are the dwarves. There were a few of the subhumans that were human, or sub interns that were human. And they were the ones who ran off.
They
So
didn't
these
have
dwarves,
the dwarven fortitude.
yeah. So these dwarves are quite impressed by the layout of the city, of the mine, and the glorious efficiency of how the group works as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Getting material, cutting it, separating it from just raw rock to iron, forging it, making sure that the supplies of the forges are constantly running, and getting it into organizations. They saw how some other merchants came through, picked it up, and like without stopping, they had their stuff and were gone within moment. Like overall, it's a very clean operation.
Yeah.
So, so with that, I am going to go get back into your wagons. Thara, I do not recommend driving.
What?
Or lead. Look, you suddenly have 4 horses attached to one wagon, and like you're not sure where the other 2 came from.
Get in, bitches.
I'm on the other cart.
We ride at dawn!
I'm assisting Lachan in the other cart.
So y'all get back on the road.
Yep.
Y'all get back on the road and head to Summit Hills. And getting there will have you arrive probably early evening. Well, not quite evening, but around sunset. And keep in mind, sunset's early because Actually, no. Sunset, you're actually high up in the hills, so you're in the higher part of the valley. So you are able to make it to Summit Hall. And Summit Hall is absolute. It's not quite. It's not quite Waterdeep, but it's about the size. Like, you know how Waterdeep is set into multiple wards. It is
Yeah.
one of the wards of Waterdeep. So there are a lot of people. There's a lot of people moving, and most notably is the like Art Deco. I don't want to say mausoleum, right? But like that it's the Pantheon. So like that Pantheon-esque multiple pillars built into a stone face of this hill, of this mountain, and the sprawl of the city around it. Multiple inns, multiple stores, farms, ranches, everything just bustling. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, considering it
Yep.
is.
All right. All right, chat. Thank you guys for watching tonight. I'm going to send you guys over to Mr. Fox first. He is playing some Girls Frontline 2. Let's go see what that's like. And I will be back tomorrow.
Jiggle
As we
physics is what it
have-
is.
Huh?
I said jiggle physics is what it is.
I don't mind that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, again, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't think we're doing another D&D session this year. I think not until January sometime. So we got to talk about that. But basically going to be our last one for the year. So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching throughout the entire year. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you guys. So again, go give Mr. Fox my love. And I will see you guys for the next one.
Bye, chat.